When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Robin, good morning. Good morning, Cajun Lady, Chezzy, somebody else I missed. Sorry about that. How's everybody doing? Judy, as you're coming in, just reminding you that my ears are not like yours. A great and positive message for young children. And God only knows we need a positive message for our children these days. This is available at Amazon.com. This will be great for Easter baskets, birthdays, and just because you want to make a difference in a child's life. My ears are not like yours, available at Amazon.com. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Lori, good to see you. Good to see you. Glad everybody's here. Hope you had a great night. Hey, Carmen, good to see you. All right, I'm going to read to you Psalm 149 as you're coming in, inviting people and retweeting. Good morning, Lori. All right, so sing to the Lord a new song and his praise in the assembly of saints. Let Israel rejoice in their maker. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king. Let them praise his name with the dance. Let them sing praises to him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord takes pleasure in his people. He will beautify the humble with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud on their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance on the nations and punishments on the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute on them the written judgment. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Hey, Clint, good morning, good morning. How's everybody? Thank you so much for retweeting. Hey, Rocky, good to see you. How is everybody? I hope you had a great night. Recuperated for Tuesday. Thanks for all the hearts, Clint. I really appreciate it. Hey, Jules, good to see you. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. How's everybody up for the talking about stuff? I want to start. This isn't news, but I think it's newsworthy because I think this is something that you need to know because it's definitely happening. I'm starting to notice it everywhere, and I think it's something that you'll want to hear about. Yes, praise God, praise the Lord for the word this morning. Driving this morning so I can listen in. Good, Rocky. So glad that you can listen in to us. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Tom, hello, hello. Amen and hallelujah, Clint said. Absolutely. I am telling you, things are heating up in the Middle East. So, we may be rapturing up here pretty soon. We can only hope, I tell you. Mom said Chewy loves his flappy pads. Oh, no, laid on it all night. Aw, you gave them to her, gave the present to them early. Well, I'm glad, Carmen. We have a lot of happy customers at AbbeyBellPetDesigns.com. Missy on hers under the bed. Okay. So here's the new policy. I've noticed that kind of like when you run out of things to do, you got to come up with something new. So the Democrats are always wanting to know, hey, Lee, hey, Mark, wanting to know how do we get the youth? Because in the last election, hey, Neil, a lot of times we like to think that the youth were voting, and they're not voting. So the really, the 20-year-olds, 23, 20, at age 18 to 20 something, they're not voting. So they want to get those people. Because why? Because they want a Hillary Clinton, if not Hillary Clinton, to be the next president. So here's the new scheme that they're instituting. They're saying, let's get together and save our democracy. And this is the way we're going to do it. We're going to bring everybody together. We're not going to be political anymore. This isn't about conservatives. It's not about the left. It's not about progressives. It's about all of us and saving our country. They call it democracy. And so what they do is they'll bring you all together and then push their policies. And you'll be sitting there going, but wait, I didn't think that we were going to be political, and you won't even know it's political. How's Hillary going to run when she's going to be in jail? Well, I don't know, Cajun lady, but they do have felons that are voting from jail, so maybe she could vote for herself there and get a vote. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, you got to watch out for this because they're coming after the young people. And as you've seen what's happening as well, they're putting the young people out in the limelight. Hey, Robin, sounds like a story out of a book written a long time ago. Brandon said, Kamala Harris would be a scary thought. Kamala, yeah. How are felons from jail voting? They voted, Chezzy, in, let's see, Alabama, I believe it was. They voted in Alabama. Good morning. Satan is very clever. He's working through all the Dems, Robin said. And so right now, all the children and their children, and Virginia let them vote, Brandon said, those children are being pushed to the forefront, right? There's a reason for that. They're trying to get the kids out in front so your kids will go, well, I can do that too. I can go out and I can be an advocate. I can be an activist, and I can go vote. My vote's going to make a difference. I'll be with these people. I'll go vote next time. Yes, social justice warrior recruitment. Absolutely. It's a new thing that they're doing. From what I've seen, this is my opinion. I haven't heard it anyplace else, but I'm telling you ahead of time before everybody else catches on. This is what's happening. When you start to put your children out front, there's a reason for that. Now, Lawrence Tribe, who is a very famous a Democrat, liberal, and also an attorney who writes a lot of stuff for law schools. I mean, everybody knows the name Lawrence Tribe if you have gone to law school. He is saying, the young people are very smart. They're probably smarter than the adults are about that. Doesn't it sound like Al Gore? Al Gore kind of tried it, but it didn't work. He didn't have enough oomph behind him. He didn't have a high school shooting so that he could use the kids and get them out front. They're targeting social media. That's kids' reality today. Absolutely. And so one of the actresses, Jennifer Lawrence, who is a far left Democrat, is saying that she is going to take the year off, so that she can go out and join in with the group that she's with. And let me see if I can write the name, represent.us. Yeah, she is a joke. She hates conservative, anything conservative. Hey, Harold. And so she wants to take that year off so that she can bring the children in together and help them go out and do what they need to do to save our world. Hey, Dawn, good morning. The parents are very ignorant for letting anyone use their children, Robin said. Absolutely. I see that Rhonda said that she's in excruciating pain. Please, everybody, pray for Rhonda, that that her pain is released from her, that the Holy Spirit heals her, and that her pain goes away and as she is healed. So please pray for Rhonda. She has back pain, so specifically back pain. Robin said she can't stand Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know who can. We are doomed if she wants to save us. Exactly, Marianne. But I'm telling you, it'll be like, let's all get together, all beliefs, all whatever. We'll all work together. But it'll be their agenda. And the young people won't even realize that. Hey, Tom. Tom is praying for you, Rhonda. And so is everybody else. Thanks so much. Everybody on YouTube as well praying. Hey, Ruthie, good to see you. So don't be fooled by it. I don't know how hello, Bruce. I don't know how we help our children. I mean, you guys out there who are parents and you have young kids and you send them off out of high school now, They're already becoming activists in high school. Sooner or later, they're going to move down from high school, down to middle school, down to elementary school. We are doomed if we are fed by children led by Democratic adults. Yes, Chessie, absolutely. Absolutely. But that's the scheme. That's what's happening. We have to indoctrinate them at home. Yeah, absolutely, Ruthie. I'm from India and first time on your scope. Well, welcome, Bruce. We talk about a lot of things in here. I'd be all right with armed security guards. Absolutely. Pray for them. They don't even understand. They don't, Rhonda. They have no idea. Some of them don't. I think there are some, like that young lady, Emma. She totally understands what she's doing. And the other guy, his last name is Hogg. That's all I remember. Don't remember his first name. Yeah, Kumbaya, Clint said. Exactly. Kumbaya is your walk to the fire, and the temperature is turned up on the boiling water, and you don't even notice it. That's what's happening here. But I think some of those kids that we see going to the camera all the time, they absolutely know what's going on. They're being bought and paid for by whatever. Sounds like a cult. Yep, Brandon, pretty much is. What are your goals for improving stability in America? ABC, what are your goals? I'm here to gain some knowledge. Well, that's great, Bruce. I think you probably will. They need to lay off the Tide Pods, Clint said. I have to teach the kids all the time from elementary through high school. Yes, Ruthie, absolutely. Leading them to the Lord is how we help our children. So many are not. So many are lost in this country, Robin said. And absolutely, but how do you teach people about God in a society that really has said, you know, we're taking God out of our schools, we're taking God out of our home, we're taking God out of everything. And my goals are to compromise when needed and understand America is greater than one person. ABC sounds like somebody we were just talking about. Compromise. See, that's the new goal. Compromise on your principles, compromise on what your beliefs are, and just everybody come together, kumbaya. There you go. Homeschool, absolutely, Sweet Peach. But even Christians have accepted the liberal lies. Yes, they have, Ruthie. A lot of times because they're Christians in name only. They're not. They're talking the talk, but not walking the walk. They are fed so many lies and misinformation. Exactly, Cajun. And if parents are not in the school system and knowing what is being said, how easy is it for them to keep on telling them and feeding them whatever they want to feed them? Parents will never know. That's why we homeschool. God is the center of our schooling, Robin said. My goal is to save women from getting harassed and making my family proud. Good goals, Bruce. Stand on your beliefs and help folks understand the truth. Yep. Wow, you shouldn't dismiss someone so blatantly. Not dismissing you blatantly, ABC, but I've seen this before. I'm seeing it more and more. Compromise on your principles. A person's track record shows everything. Bad in school, arrested for various things, no gun. Clint Eastwood. Yeah, simple terms. Good morning, Rob. How are you? I have to check my morals, what I believe daily, Carmen said. Absolutely. You know, to me, there's no compromising on your principles. Yeah, compromise is always against principle. It really is. If you're having to compromise, that means you're giving up. And when you're talking about politics, when you're talking about society and things like that, that's compromising your principles. When you're talking about maybe with your spouse, you know, that's a little different. Yes, so many of the Democratic Christians have believed that Trump is racist and is destroying the USA. Exactly, Ruthie. That's the lie. Talking about legislation, not politics. Same thing. Legislation is politics. And why should we compromise on our principles there and compromise on legislation? Well, it is, but, you know, that's okay. Cannot let TV, music, or media lies influence my beliefs, Carmen said. That's true. Hard for me to understand Dems and Christians can be put together, Ruthie said. Yeah, we were a one-job home, so I could stay home with the kids, Rhonda said. Is this scope about the shooting that happened? Bruce, we cover everything. Legislation leads to law. Politics leads to arguments. Nah, not true. Not when you have a president like under Obama who was trying to make law. Yeah, ABC, I think, is just somebody who, you know, came in, dropped in to see what we were going to say. If anybody's not following you, you're not following anybody. Maybe you just made up your account. I don't know. Okay, ma'am, I'll listen everything carefully. It's okay, Bruce. Trump is not trying to make law, but that's okay. All right, so just letting you know that's what I believe is happening. And Oh, cool, Judy. Gun control is using two hands. Yeah, every president tries to make law. No, not true, ABC, but that's your opinion. In fact, President Trump undid what Obama did and trying to make law. And what happened? The court said, oh, wait, you can't do that. I wish Joy Behar never said she was a Christian. It's embarrassing, Jules said. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, Chessie. It's historically accurate. No, not really. Like Oprah saying she would only run for president if God tells her she isn't even a Christian, Carmen said. Trump is the opposite of Obama, Robin said. Yep. Behar is a Christian. I know. I never heard about that, Robin. Not sure that she is, but she says she is. ABC had to go back to the ABCs. Yeah, I know, Rhonda. It's a troll coming in, just trying to start trouble. Hey, Faye, good to see you. Time to change the channel. Joy is a lion in sheep's clothing. Yeah, L, as they say, lying instead of lion, right? Good block, Jesse said. Which God is Oprah talking about? She has many gods. That's right, Robin. That's true. When will this Mueller investigation go away? Mark, never. I heard yesterday that they have set aside in the budget, they're talking about it anyway, another $10 million for the Mueller investigation. Okay, that tells me he's already spent. You like that globe kept behind above. Yeah, some people do. She spending it's another 10 million after he's already spent like what 8 million at least. And what happens basically? They went out. Mueller went out now, and he's indicted a Russian linked attorney, and for what? For lying to a federal agent about his connections with Gates. That's okay, Bruce. Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you. So we have another person. We have another person that Mueller has gotten, quote unquote, gotten for lying to the federal agents as they were claiming they were doing what Flynn was doing to Peter Strzok. And so, here we go again. You change one little word and they get you for lying type thing. And it looks like, he has another one. So all of this money, that it's a waste of money, absolutely. And it has nothing really to do about the Russian obstruction or collusion, because with Gates, they're going after him for fraud, and they're going after Manafort for the same thing. It really has nothing to do with what happened with the election, but because now the scope is so broad, they can go after you for jaywalking or littering in the street. Just read that seventh grader shot himself this morning. Good grief. Wow. Yeah, I know, Mark. It is a joke. And I'll tell you what, as a taxpayer, I am really, really upset by that. Easy to waste other people's money. It's a disgrace. Yeah, Lee, they're wasting our money. It's a whole different investigation. It is. They're going after them for anything that they want to go after them for. But notice, as we've talked about before, in this whole investigation, where the Democrats in all this? You're telling me that there's not one Democrat out there that hasn't done something that they can go out after. They didn't go after Hillary for anything. They haven't even gone after Peter Strzok for anything, or Andrew McCabe. There's some claims made by Mike Cernovich that basically Andrew McCabe changed Peter Strzok's 302, which was part of his notes for the investigation. And that's the claim that's being made right now. It's on gatewaypundit.com, saying that this has happened. And so here's Peter Strzok. He's going to get over $1 million in his pension instead of being, dinged for fraud. Yes, they just won't go after the Dems. Yeah, they won't. Yeah, wonder why. Wonder because Mueller is a Democrat. Let's fire Mueller. He's on our payroll. Sweet Peach, I'd love to. McCabe admitted some information. Yeah, omitted. Yeah. Yeah, they're saying that he actually changed Peter Strzok's information. So if that's true, I mean, that's fraud. Now, is that criminal fraud? I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. It should be. If it isn't, it should be. Looks like we lost the trolls. You notice how they come in and then they leave. How much longer is this fraudulent investigation going to go on? Sounds criminal to me, Jules said. The investigation, as I told you, when this investigation started, that it's going to go on through the 2020 election. It's going to keep going. They're not going to stop. And if they get $10 million more, they're certainly not going to stop. Hey, Cully, many Dems lied under oath, Comey, Brennan, etc. Yep. 7th grader shot himself inside Jackson Memorial Middle School around 7:50 in Ohio. Unbelievable. There again, how does a child bring a gun into school? This must be so tiring for you. No, it's okay, Bruce. So it's not an investigation, it's a shadow government. No. Here's what it is, Cajun lady. It's the federal police is what it is. It's federalizing the police department or prosecution or whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, I think that's more accurate. It's just a federal prosecution that we have, federalizing everything. All of this investigation from made up crap lies and know it's lies, yet still this goes on. I know. So basically, we federalized the job of what the state should do. We've also taken the job away from the DOJ. This should be the DOJ going after people like Manafort and Gates and people like that. Are people going to die if they go after Hillary? I mean, really? Well, it could be. Could be. Other people have died mysteriously. Can't we live without the FBI? I don't know, Sweet Peach. We do need an FBI if they're not corrupt. And in the past, there has been corruption all along. I don't know if it was to the extent that we have now. Robin said Hillary lied and lied and lied and still free. And it's a continuous waste of our money, Robin said. Seems the word Christians is used lightly, Dawn said. Yes, Dawn, very lightly. So, I don't know what you do with that kind of stuff. Before social media, we didn't know about any of this. That's true, Judy. I have no idea what this is about, but I'm loving watching this scope, Bruce said. They all can't be right. I mean, corrupt. Well, I don't think everybody in the FBI is corrupt. I think the top leadership, there's a lot of leadership that's corrupt, and it can also go down to the bottom. I've known cases where people, hey, Teresa, people have lied at the direction of their bosses in companies. And so, leadership can impact what others do. FBI should be apolitical. But you know what? There's no way that it would be apolitical because every person has a political leaning. So you've got people involved. There's always going to be politics involved. I hear the FBI and CIA is going to be merged with NSA in the next year. Jules, that would be horrible. Wouldn't be surprising, but it would be absolutely horrible, I think. And you know what the excuse they'll probably use is that instead of having a database that we don't even connect these people together, we're just going to throw them all in there together and they'll be connected. We'll have one database. Does that sound good to you? What do you think, guys? Does that sound good to you? That's why I'm here to learn something and spreading some giggles. It's not the first time the FBI has shown corruption. I think back in the 60s, lots of corruption came to the forefront, Dawn said. That's true. Yeah, not sure, no sure, or not sure. And then Judy says nope. Chezzy says no. Don't like that idea. I don't like it either. Our federal court definitely are not apolitical. That's true, Brandon. Hey, Georgia. Our Supreme Court is not apolitical either. FBI, CIA, and NSA, now that's a bowl of alphabet soup. Yep. 1993 in Waco, Texas, Wayne said. Too much power in one department, never good, Lee said. Absolutely. It's like instead of limiting our government, in a lot of respects, we're growing that government. I'm too young for this scope, but still, I want to learn from you, ma'am. You're not too young for this scope. How old are you, Bruce? If you're over 18, you're not too young. And also, if you're under 18, you're not too young because in this scope, we don't use profanity or talk about anything, classless. The simple answer is every one of them need to be held accountable by someone else. We already have one merged database. Yep. Never too young to learn. She's the best teacher. Thank you. Even Hoover was messed up. It's been corrupt from the beginning. No reason why we have the DHS. I know. What are you going to do? I mean, it's CNN Collusion News Network. Yes, Burke. it's like what we know, that if you depend so much on the government and not, if you don't have God as your focus, you're going to be led astray. We rise and fall based on our leadership. It's true, Jules. It's absolutely true. But our supreme leadership is who we need to be focused on, because as Christians, we don't want to get led astray. We don't want to get off track. A 23 years old kid, still have to learn a lot in life. Yeah, that's okay, Bruce. Yes, Jesus, absolutely. What we need is a checks and balance on the FBI. We really do, and I don't know who that would be, Dawn, because it's certainly not the DOJ. The kids left school and protesting, blocking the streets here. Oh, that's good, Cully. I guess they couldn't wait till March 14th. Syrian leader Abbas is seeking alternative to U.S. as peace mediator. Here we go. We all have a lot to learn in life. And Jules, we should be continuing to learn until the day we die. I love Trump, God bless him, but why did he go after Oprah, only person who could give him a run for his money, Carmen says. I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to. I don't know. Maybe he's not afraid of Oprah. I'm telling you, the left, again, if the FBI was crooked, we should know it. Well, yes, we should. And I don't know, with the stuff that you're seeing right now, the corruption in the FBI is pretty much being laid out on the table. So, I don't know. Trump will obliterate Oprah in a debate. We only know what that they let us know. It's true, Brandon. But isn't that true of our government in general? I mean, do you think that we know what our government is doing? Because we certainly don't. I mean, as much as transparent as, let's say, President Trump is, we still don't know what our government is doing. Hey, Betty, good to see you. One bad apple can spoil them all. The leftovers from Barry and Mike need to be flushed from the FBI and from the CIA, Clint said. Absolutely. But see, here you go, Cully. This is what you get when you tell the children, oh, you're smarter than the adults. You should be out there being the activists. It was a 60 Minutes piece that Oprah was in that prompted POTUS, Renee said. She said she wasn't interested in running for president. Who knows? Oprah wants Hollywood fame. Oprah has Hollywood fame. Oprah's got too much fame. So, she doesn't need to go out and get more. I would never allow my kids to protest. I know. Exactly, Sweet Peach. We're the parents. Take Google away, and this is how smart these kids are. Well, we know what the FBI is doing because we can see the effects of it. Yep, Alan. You have a great energy, man, more than me, actually. Thanks, Bruce. Is there any common sense left? The only common sense I ever see is on this show and your show with Bill. Even the conservatives online are nuts. Everything is a conspiracy, Robin said. She was leading a focus group. Oh, great. Focused on New Age stuff, Renee? That's usually what she's talking about. So in the 60 Minutes, if the kids are not in school, can we ask for a tax refund on the school tax? That's where, right now, the teachers, the police, and the parents ought to be out there saying, get back into school. When you allow the children to start running things, this is what you get. Thanks, Jesse. You get chaos, and this is exactly what they want. In 68, you walked out of class, but you don't know why. Most of them don't. TMZ likened her to Jesus, twisting minds. I wasn't amused. Carwin, that's disgusting. Yep, Animal Farm reported him too. Good, Bruce, thanks. Again, you can't allow this to happen, but they're being encouraged. Very Democrat here and support this, Coley said. Yeah. It's being encouraged by the adults. It's being encouraged on TV by the leadership on the Democrat side. And so these kids feel emboldened that March 14th was supposed to be their little walkout date, but they're going to be doing this all the time. This is stuff we saw under Obama, when people would go out and protest anytime they wanted to, break laws anytime they wanted to, do whatever they wanted to, while the hands of the police department in whatever state was tied. The hands were tied. And it shouldn't be like that, especially when you're talking about children. We've given them so many rights that now they think they can do whatever. It's good to see so many nice people in here. Great scope I have been in so far. Thank you, Bruce. Some schools are giving them a pass and an excuse to have off to protest. Rolls eyes. Do they not realize what they are doing down the road? They don't. Yes, Dawn. They do realize what they're doing down the road. Robin said, then our Congress is full of children. I'll tell you what, if these kids who are going off campus and are protesting, one of them gets hurt, guess who's going to get sued? So it's okay, you know, they can protest as long as nobody gets hurt. I'm sure, you know, all across the nation, other people will be doing this. Yes, Bruce. Did everybody see the lion yesterday in front of in Washington, D.C.? I guess we should have known this was coming. I don't think some of these kids actually care. They care that it's, you know, time to get out of class. And I do think, you know, some of those kids are traumatized from what happened in Florida and the shooting. I totally understand that. But going out and protesting, leaving school, breaking rules is not the way to handle it. And again, wherever the adults are, they should be going out there and getting those kids back in to school. My children have the rights. We give them according to God's word, Robin said. Yep. So, you know, what they have to be taught in school is that you follow the rules. I think they are sincere, but they are sincerely wrong, Alan said. Yep. They want to Snapchat, take pictures of themselves protesting. Absolutely, Brandon. Soros is behind this. Chessie, I would say Soros and Obama's group, that OFA. I bet you anything. Mueller to indict George Washington for lying to his father about the cherry tree. Big Ralph, I certainly hope so. I hope he goes back that far. Because you know what? I don't like my taxpayer money. I just want it, you know, thrown around and flushed down a toilet someplace. Because that's what I'm seeing is happening so far. My mom would have kicked my butt, Lee said. Oh, my mother would have too. Gosh, my mother would have whipped my butt all the way back into that classroom is what she would have done. And she should have. Takes a lot to get a permit to march in D.C. Chessie, they don't get permits. They just do it. Giving too much of a voice to young minds. Let that voice lift up later for something they don't agree with. I know, Dawn. But they have the okay now from the adults, the Democrat adults, telling them it's okay to do that. Underage voting fraud to ensue on the left. Yes, Brandon, it's already happened. I've seen it in the news already saying, hey, Huey, why don't we allow 16 to an 18-year-old or 16-year-old, to vote now? So much energy. Well, thank you, Bruce. They really want 16-year-olds to go out and vote. I don't know about you, but when I was 17, like these kids, I thought I knew everything. And I thought I was always right. So, and you're impressionable about at that age, but you don't realize it. Yeah, really, 16, Alan. And so, again, I don't even think, I was 16 years old and driving, which is crazy. I don't even think that should be allowed. But that, this is what they want now. They want 16-year-olds to be making your adult decisions. Are 16-year-olds going to be allowed to drink soon? What's going to happen there? We're past the halfway point. If you guys don't mind, please share and retweet. That would be great. Yeah, I was driving on a permit at 15. Carmen, driving by myself at 16. It's crazy. Crazy. But please share and retweet this. We're at the halfway point. Thank you, Cully. In Texas, you have to be in school to drive at 16. Mighty blessed one. I didn't see you come in. Thank you. If they can't get illegals, they'll go for the 5-year-olds. They're already going for the 5-year-olds, Alan. They seriously are. Just in different ways. They're sexualizing our children. Little girls wearing bras at 8. I had a hard time figuring out what to wear every day at 16. I know, Lisa. I know. Driving farm equipment as a kid. I did that, Brandon, at like age 12. That's not a problem. Farm equipment's different than being out on the road impacting other people's lives. At 17, I was facing war, Wayne, and that's horrible. Kids are much more immature now, or I'm just old, Lori said. Yeah, bras at 8. Yes, Chessie, they do make them. My kids won't drive until they're 18. We did that with my oldest daughter, and she's very, very responsible ever since. Yeah. Good for you, Robin. Actually, driving at 9 in the country, right? Farm equipment was fun. Yep. Liberals won't stop until America is a socialist country. Yes, that's true. And I think I take it one step farther. Not only socialist country, but a communist country where all the principles of Christianity have been removed. That's what they're going for. And believe me, while you and I are sleeping, they're up figuring out how they can make that happen, and faster than normal. But they will continue to do it and go as slow or as fast as they can. Hey, Kremlin got in my way. Kremlin word. Oh, yeah, Barbara. Yes, Susan, you are correct. Cajun lady said, one world government is the goal. Absolutely, Alan. You should keep a water bottle with you. Got it, Bruce. But it's, it's really bad because a lot of people don't see it coming. 8 years they are pumping estrogen into our drinking water, 8-year-olds with C cups. Oh my gosh, Mike said. No crew, no spell check did that. Barbara, I thought you were starting to work for the Russians. Liberals don't care about DACA. They don't. Look at those countries. Lord forbid it happens here, Lee said. Yep. Well, they want it to happen here. And the goal is, as everybody's been talking about, one world government, one world order, no borders. Everybody just comes and goes, does whatever they want. One world. But that one world won't be your world. It won't be the world of Christianity. Trust me. We all know that. If you've read the Bible, you know what's coming. New World Order chaos. Yes, Mike. And again, do you think letting the kids out and doing that, protesting and telling them they're in charge? Babylon Rising, Alan. Yep. Don't you think this is a little of the beginnings where we talk about the kids will turn in their parents, the parents, whatever. Ugh. One World Order is Satan trying to rise to power. Yep. And I think one of the things that we can do, it's hard to know what we can do, but praying every single day for this to be slowed down. And I say slowed down because in the end, this is going to happen. This will not stop. It's a matter of, can we slow it down? Because we know this, and in the end, we do win, but it's coming. Read Revelation. It's coming. God has never said anything in the Bible that didn't happen. It's coming. We were very much under attack. Never thought would happen in my time. Absolutely, Barbara. They want unrighteousness. Yes, Mike. And they're pretty much getting it. Exactly. Bible being fulfilled, Robin said. I'm a dreamer. I dream of legal immigration. Keep on dreaming, Burke. Oops, gotta run again. Okay, Barbara, no problem. So, I'm just saying, prayer always works. Exactly, for it was written, and it shall be done. Absolutely, that's true. God will soon get mad at everyone. Not about getting mad. It's fulfilling prophecy. It's fulfilling what He said would happen. It's also coming from a world where humans are not perfect, and we're sinners. And this collectively is kind of what humans have caused, unfortunately. All right, speaking of Bible prophecy, let's move to the Middle East, because right now we're not being told this. If my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face, yes. Sinners saved by grace, absolutely, Mike. Damascus is being bombarded right now with airstrikes and explosions, crumbling infrastructure, and leaving casualties. Whatever happens, I'll hide in the closet. Well, Bruce, they'll find you. 98 civilians have been confirmed dead. The Syrians are fighting over there. They're right now, the pro-government Syrian fighters have begun entering Kurdish Afrin, A-F-R-I-N, despite the Turkish threats and the risk of clashes with Turkey. So you're talking about Isaiah 17, perhaps happening, where Damascus becomes a ruinous heap. And then after that, Ezekiel 38 and 39 could ensue. It will be reduced to rubble, Dawn said. Absolutely. Hey, Ellen, good to see you. So, and Iran is saying that Tel Aviv will be leveled to the ground if Israel attacks Iran, and says Netanyahu will not escape with his life. So, it's an amazing time to be alive. Watch the truth of God's word fulfilled. Others may disagree, but I love seeing God's word come alive. Absolutely, Robin. Dawn says, have you seen a drone fly over on Damascus? It looks like a ruinous heap now. Dawn, but what it means when they say a ruinous heap is that absolutely it will not be inhabitable. Be uninhabitable. Life cannot survive there. So we're close, but we're not there yet. Bible story is coming into fruition. Absolutely. Right before our eyes. I mean, it's heating up so much over there in Israel, and we don't. What does mainstream media do? Nothing. Do they tell you about it? No. Why don't they want you to know what's going on over there? Nuclear Damascus. Yeah. We need to pray for Israel even more. Absolutely, Lee. We need to pray for our country, our president, and the administration. We need to pray for Israel. I mean, again, it's coming. And pray for God's return. Pray for the rapture. Nothing but rocks left. Yep. Block that person with that disgusting name. Everybody, please block. And that's one of those that you can't block in here. It's not working. If anybody can go to Twitter maybe and block that person. MSM wants to focus on ruining our country, Robin said. Yep. Brandon, those people with those names come in here and other scopes on pretty much on a daily basis. That's a depraved heart, depraved mind, and it's always against children. If you see that, block it, report it. It's disgusting. They go into everybody's scopes. I don't know why they're allowed on, I don't know why they're allowed on Periscope. I really don't. Yeah, that's how depraved things are, I think. Thanks, Bruce. Good calling. Thank you. Hopefully that will take care of it. So let's see. Other ones. In Ohio, they have junk in their minds. Yeah, they have a depraved heart, Bruce, is what they have. Parents who refuse to pay for a 17-year-old Ohio girl to get transgender treatment, they have lost legal custody of her. And the custody has been given to her parents. To her grandparents, I should say. The grandparents support her, and so the parents refuse to give a 17-year-old operation to become a transgender, and so they lost custody. Pretty amazing. Yeah, I know. And it's funny, too, because on this, yeah. Hey, Alexis. Good for them, but wrong of the government. Yes. Yes, Barbara. But you can see how the government is wanting to control your children. And now this way. Wow. So what happens if somebody says, that they want to have some other thing done when they're 17? What happened to deciding what's best for your child? Well, Brandon, you don't have that ability. Only the government knows what's best for your child. You're just the parent. You just gave birth to them. That's all. The brains aren't even fully developed at that age. Correct. I'm late. Staff meeting. Daniel, tell them next time you got things to do. I'm glad that our grandparents support her. You're glad that her grandparents support her. Well, that's good for you. I think at 17, supporting somebody and doing something major in their life is absolutely ridiculous. But, that's just me. I grew up in Ohio. Ohio has changed 100% from what it once was, Robin said. I wonder what you eat that you get so much energy. Bruce, it's just about who you are. She may regret it later down the road. And Brandon, too late. Too late. Brain's not formed until 25. That's pretty much it, Alexis. Yep, that's it. Your impulse is still going on at an early age. At 22, she'll be sorry for the change. Then what? Too late. Democrats' minds are never developed, Cully said. And the thing of it is, if you're that age and you're not ready to handle something like that, when you get older, if you regret it, will you become suicidal? My dad said no tattoos, no piercing, no stupid stuff until you're 21. Well, your dad was so harsh then. It's the power of God. Susan has the fire. Thank you, Lee. You're not even allowed to drink until 21. That's true, Chesney. That's what the law says, but maybe they can change that. You're a great woman, then better than superheroes. No, I don't think so, Bruce, but thanks. I support my grandkids, but not that. That's true, Wayne. You support them in doing what's in their best interest until they are an adult and able to decide for themselves what is in their best interest. And the court failed to understand that. And, she wasn't being abused. She wasn't being sexually, physically abused. So why would the court step in like that? I don't know. Democrat, liberal, progressive, that type of thing. I mean, it's amazing. How young now are you going to be to decide if you want to be another sex? Suicide rate doesn't change even after sex change. You should have seen Drunk Kids in UK, a real eye-opener, Lee said. Wow. Well, I'm saying, Chesney, that if you make a mistake and you're later sorry that you did it, what would be your only way out for some people? They could think maybe suicide, and that would be horrible. There may be more to the story. Well, John, when she's an adult, she can make that decision. Why make it at 17? She's got one more year or less before she's 18. Why did the court have to act now? It's another one of those things. Oh, well, she's a child. She wants it right now, so give it to her right now, which says even more that she's probably too young to be making such a decision like that. Changing your body is not going to make you happy inside. They're missing Christ in their hearts, Carmen said. Yeah, what is the rush? Yep, what doctor would do that before 18? Another progressive Democrat, I guess. Hey, Melanie, good to see you. You are judging without all the info. I'm saying she's a 17-year-old girl, John. I don't need any more information than that. Unless it's some life-threatening thing that she needs. She's 17. You want to change what sex you are? Wait until you're 18, then make that decision when you're an adult. I see no rush when she's waited 17 years, why she can't wait until she's 18. Again, if it's some life-threatening situation, that's different. Haven't gotten those facts. I'm basing it upon others. Board of Pediatrics says the hormones change at an early age does produce more suicide rates. There you go, Alexis. Parents are allowing their kids to make decisions about themselves at too young. Tattoos, hair coloring, the way they dress, Dawn said. Not just in Ohio, Robin. Society has changed all over, Dawn said. Yep. She's not judging that and discussing a topic. Thank you, Bruce. Kids are getting too messed up with all this gender stuff. Why? Robin said, why do we conflate judging with correction? Well, we're not supposed to. See, Alan, you're not supposed to be able to critically think about things because in the progressive world, that means you are judging. God gave you the ability of discernment, but if you don't believe in God, then you don't believe in discernment, and it's called judgment. Lost. We need to turn back to God. Absolutely. And so let's hope her grandparents have a lot of money that they can pay for it. Kids can't remember to take out the garbage but give birth control. Yep. With Twitter, we just find out about all these nut jobs, Ralph said. Very good explanation, Robin said. Thank you, Robin. If you guys, yesterday, we did a whole show, Bill and I, my co-host for God's Views on political news. We did an entire hour on Florida. I thought it was a very good show. We had a lot of people commenting, a lot of people asking questions, different things during the show. If you want to see it, just go to my SusanKnowles.com page, scroll down, and you will see the God's Views on political news. Open it up, and there's the video. I think you'll like it. It was so funny yesterday. Satan really tried not to let us have this program because as we use this software that's available on Facebook, Bill could not hear or see me. I could hear and see Bill. So we had to hook Bill up to his phone and just let him go that way. And you won't even notice it. It's on YouTube also. Yes, Robin, under the Susan Knowles channel, it's on YouTube. But they tried to do everything. You were just banned for 4 minutes, Barbara said. Great, Barbara. Unbelievable. But yeah, it's a good program. And again, you won't even notice that there's a technical problem. But Satan really tried to stop it. Thank you, Robin. Thanks for sharing it. Robin's going to share that on her timeline as well. Or you can go to, again, SusanKnowles.com. Amen. Thinking for yourself and using discernment. I'm a happier person now. Exactly, Carmen. God's discernment. God gave you discernment to use. Guess for using my free. Yeah, you were thinking, Barbara. Stop it. Yes, I have a YouTube channel, Brandon. Right now, we have people on YouTube who are live watching the show, Facebook Live, and on Periscope. One of the best shows I shared on Facebook as well. Thank you, Dawn. Robin said, I watched and shared on Gab. It was a great show with Bill. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, it really, Bill is a great guy. You'll love Bill. Bill has done a lot of work as a pastor. Thank you, Bruce. Pastoring the world, I should say. He's not a pastor, but he also has done a lot of work with Israel. God's views on political news. Yes, Brandon, it is on YouTube. If you just go on my YouTube channel, Susan Knowles, just go scroll down through there. You'll see the video from yesterday. And again, it's at susanknowles.com. The video doesn't, a lot of people don't know it's on YouTube. So, yeah, just look up Susan Knowles for the YouTube channel and look up susanknowles.com for the website. Really, I don't make it hard. If I change my name, then it's going to be difficult. But there was a billboard that was vandalized today in Kentucky. The billboard says "Kill the NRA," and it says also "Resist 45." There are 5 people watching on this show on YouTube. You know, Robin, it says that, but usually when I get off, there's a lot more than that. I don't know how they do it, but something's weird about it. I don't know. Bruce, hello. I'm Bruce, everybody. This is Bruce from India. In Louisiana, I'm guessing. You know, I don't know. I don't remember where it was. T55? I'm not sure where it was. But pretty disgusting. And gosh, I don't think a Democrat put that there. 7th grader in Ohio just... Yeah, Mike, somebody reported that a little while ago. Brandon, I think, reported that, or somebody. I can't remember who it was. Delusional mindset displayed. Yes. Over 20 at one time here. It's over 200 at one time here. It says, yeah. Yeah, and when it gets off, Barbara, it went up to over, I don't know what, but it'll always say a lower number. They never let my numbers go up, ever. The NRA deserves some blame for the gun violence. No, they don't really, John. Do you deserve any blame for what your broom does? How about what your knife does? How about your car that you drive? Do the car companies deserve blame for that? Hey, Patricia, good to see you. The person who deserves blame is the person who does something with an instrument. Guns do nothing sitting on the table. It's what the person does with it when you pick it up. I know that was Mike said that's a stupid comment. You know, when are you going to start taking responsibility for your own actions? You know, and again, maybe you better lock your broom in the closet because your broom could come out and fall on somebody and hurt somebody, and that's going to be your fault. Ban cars, ban bombs, ban 3. I don't know what that means, Barbara, but okay. 210 trucks, there you go. But I don't put semi-automatic weapons in the hands of millions. And you know what? Neither does the NRA. You don't have to buy them, John. Nobody has to buy them. And then when you do get them, then you need to be able to responsibly handle them. And if you can't, then you shouldn't have one. And also, the people who are supposed to do things, like put information in a database, follow a tip when somebody gives it to you that somebody is doing something wrong, those should be followed as well. And I think, you know, the person who said that, John, I believe, then I think you should lock your car up because cars can kill people. We've seen that over in Europe and we've seen that in other places. So lock your car up because we don't want to be responsible, right? And we'll blame Ford and Toyota. I don't pay millions to government officials' pockets, but you buy cars, right, John? Because if you have a car, you're going to be responsible. Oh, wait, that's right. You won't be responsible. It'll be the company that you bought the car from. Got it. I mean, come on. Let's be responsible for our own behavior. Yeah, let's, instead of blaming Ford, Toyota, Nissan, hey, Melissa, let's take some responsibility. Outlaw liquor that can lead to drunk driving accidents. There you go, Tammy. Everyone takes lessons to learn how to use a car. Really? Well, they still kill people, John. So the lessons didn't really help, did it? John, take responsibility for your own actions. It's much better here than on YouTube. That's because there's a lot of activity going on, Bruce. But the people on YouTube are just as great. I'll ask again, does the piano create beautiful music or the pianist? I would say it's a pianist that actually creates the music, Judy, because the keys will just sit there until they're played. Well, good, John. Then other people need to take responsibility for yourself. And if whatever you do, John, that's your own behavior that caused it. So why blame the NRA for what you do? Why blame Ford for what you do? Why blame anybody else for what you do? Also in the news, Pastor Mark Burns is officially seeking the position left vacant by Trey Gowdy. If gun owners all use their guns like the left says, there wouldn't be anyone left here. You're not delusional about how millions will do. Oh, okay. Well, John, maybe the way that you're thinking about things means that you really are on the left, because you take no responsibility for anything. Just like a gun, it will lay there till I kick it up. There you go, Kelly. Just like the gun didn't create the death, the person did. Exactly, Judy. Yeah, personal responsibility is what it's called. Be responsible for your own behaviors. Quit looking to blame everybody else. I know, Mike. Did anybody hear what I said about Pastor Mark Burns? What do you think about Mark Burns running for Trey Gowdy's seat in South Carolina? Carmen says she's totaled 14 cars. It was always her fault, but once. No, Carmen, it was the fault of the car company. We all know that, Carmen. You had no responsibility. Is he qualified? Robin said. I don't know how. Burns will get many votes. He may get many votes, but he could also split votes, right? Exactly. Does he believe a woman wearing a miniskirt asked for it too? Cajun lady, wouldn't that be the fault of the miniskirt manufacturer? I think there we go. It wouldn't be anybody's fault except the person who made the skirt. Is he a patriot? I don't know, Melissa. Make sure you lay it around so your kids can pick them up, because guns don't kill. You know what, John? When I was growing up, there were plenty of guns laying around my house. I didn't kill anybody. I know it's hard for you to believe, but see, I knew I was responsible. I knew picking up the gun and shooting somebody would have been my fault, even at age 10. Isn't that amazing? Burns is a Christian, Brandon said. I have to blame my husband for some things, Robin said. That's true, Robin. Yeah, let's always look to blame someone else. Let's not teach anybody responsibility. Tell that to a 3-year-old. John, see, anybody who would leave a gun laying around for a 3-year-old deserves what they get. Because at 3, you're not responsible for what you're doing. We're not talking about a 3-year-old. We're talking about people who are adults. The person who shot people in Florida, he was 19. He's an adult. And unless he has some mental incapacity, then it's all on him. Now, Kentucky is also doing something else. Kentucky is seeking a bill to cut off the weeks of your eligibility for unemployment. If the unemployment rises above 9.4 in Kentucky, you'll get 26 weeks of unemployment. If it dips below 5.4, then they're going to cut that almost in half to 14 weeks. I'm always up for a pastor running for an office. I'm really not, Carmen, but that's just my opinion. I've always Crayola for the crayons on my walls. What's wrong with Mark Burns? I don't know what's wrong with Mark Burns, because I never considered him for a political candidate, and I would want to know what he knows and why he thinks that he is qualified. Yeah. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that you're going to make a great candidate. I got to know why you think you're going to be a great candidate. Our guns have never jumped off our safe and killed anyone. I know, Robin. But, Robin, if and when they ever do, you know who to blame. No one considered Trump either, Susan. Yeah, I'm not saying don't consider him, Brandon, but I'm saying right now I don't know if he is or not. Just because he's a Christian, to me, doesn't make him qualified. He's been hanging out in Washington with the president, Barbara said. There are tons of jobs here in Kentucky thanks to Bevin. There's no excuse for any able-bodied person not to work, Robin said. He's a Trump ally. Well, he is. Exactly. Tammy Faye was Christian. Dixie Doodle, on that note, man, you got it right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for today. Again, if you want to see that God's views on political news from yesterday, just go to my YouTube channel at Susan Knowles, or just go to SusanKnowles.com. Why is the hour always the fastest hour of the day? I have no idea. It goes like that. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless you. Please retweet this. Please share this. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Thank you, Facebook Live. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.